Falcons fans, welcome in. It is episode 47 of Out of Your Falcon Mind, Atlanta Falcons fan cast. I'm John, your host, not joined by Mike tonight. He had to literally go out of town at the last second earlier today. And so I reached out. My first text was to which will now be our first two-time guest on the show from Last Word on Sports, Mr. Saivion Mixson. What's going on, brother?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How you doing, John? Man, I didn't know I was. Yeah, I guess I am the first returner, aren't I? Yeah,
Man.
I'll take that one.
That's right. Yeah, man. So how you been, dude?
Oh man, I've been great, man.
Since we recorded last, man, you were dad.
I'm a dad now. Yeah.
I tell everybody, man, I can't. Like I think I told you when we recorded the first time. I said I cannot explain it to you because it's just no other feeling like it. Like when it happens, it's just so just like surreal feeling. And then you got to experience it. So
the feeling that I saw when I first saw her, because it was a little bit of an experience getting her here, but once she was here, like I saw her in the crib and I just couldn't take my eyes off her. Like, I'm pretty sure I sat there and stared at her for like 3 hours. Like it was truly amazing to think about. Like, wow, that's my kid. You know what I'm saying? But well, I know. Of course, you know what I'm saying. But
I can relate, man, because Liam was 6 weeks early for no apparent reason. Just happened. And he was. Luckily, he was healthy, but Amanda was in the, she was in the hospital for a couple of days before, she was induced or whatever. And I was the same way, man. I was nervous because I was thinking like, I hope he's going to be okay. All those health things come to mind. And then, when he arrived and everything was healthy, then it was like, everybody take a big sigh of relief. And then it was just, oh my God, now I'm responsible for this human. It was happiness, it was shock, it was, terrified, it was all those things all at once. So
yeah, and it's a huge, like, it doesn't happen all at once, but there's this huge thing of realization, like you said, like, holy crap, I have to like take care of this human being now. And then you think about it, it's like, am I taking care of myself well enough to even be able to take care of this human being?
Right. I've got to get more sleep now. Right? Then you're screwed because you can't get more. I don't know how is she sleeping good? How's that
going? She still doesn't know that day is night, night is day. She's starting. She had a time where it was good. It was good. Yeah. Sleeping through the night. Last couple of weeks, she's like, I'll go to sleep when I want to. And so we've been kind of subject to all of that right now. Like we're a victim to that right now. So, yeah, but it's been amazing. I couldn't have asked for like a better last 2 months.
That's awesome. Congrats, dude, man. We were so happy for it. And I'm sure you probably heard on one of the episodes, right after Mike's dad passed, man, he said that your post and everything was like made him so happy that day because he thought he was going to be just terribly sad on Father's Day, and it was kind of the opposite. He was just having so much fun looking at everybody's photos and their you just become a dad, and Liam and whatever. So like made his day, man. Like that was huge for him. So it was very cool.
Yeah, no, I remember that, and I was. I'm not gonna lie. When he said that on the pod, I think I may have shed a tear too. I'm not confirming I did. I'm just saying I may have.
It's okay, man. Allergies active every now and then. That's just how it goes. Mine's been acting up too. Dude, when he had the whole shout out to his dad when he was going, when he first came out and said, he was going through the cancer.
Yeah.
Dude, I had a hard time. I'm trying to keep together on the show. I was like, dude, like I did not know you were going to come with that type of emotion.
Yeah.
But it was awesome. But yeah, he was. And I can't even imagine what he, because he was the speaker. He was the master of ceremony at the funeral. So he probably did a hell of a send off for him. But yeah, man, like I said, that's awesome, dude. Glad to have you back on. Thanks for coming on in such a hours notice. And
come on, man.
Thanks to the missus for the allowing it to happen.
That's the one you got to thank. Yeah, you got to thank management. Don't thank me. You got to thank management on that.
We're grateful, man. I appreciate it. But anyway, guys, yeah, I'm sure Mike next week. We're going to have Chris on Wednesday for the preview show of the Saints. If for anybody that listened to us last season, Chris Howard is the most knowledgeable, decent Saints fan that I know. And he'll be on with us. Great dude, great friend of Mike and I. He's actually from just outside New Orleans. Knows so much about the Saints, keeps up with everything going on. So I'm sure he'll have a lot to say, and we'll talk about, how their roster looks and what he thinks about how, I don't think he'll be quite as confident going into week 1 as he might have been a few months ago. We'll just say that.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah. I don't think you can with what we heard today. Like,
right.
That was huge.
Didn't see that one.
No, not at all.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll get into that next week. And I'm sure Mike, like I said, Michael has some feedback on what he thought about the roster cuts and everything then as well. So, but like I said, that'll be on Wednesday. And before we get into it, we did get a couple of new 5-star reviews on Apple iPod. So we appreciate that. Whoever you did, you didn't write anything, but that's cool. We appreciate the 5-star. If you do write something, hey, I will definitely, either Mike or I will shout you out on the pod and read it off. So we do appreciate that. Keep those coming, man, for the iTunes or for Spotify. Just, click 5 stars, write us a few little words, nice words, and we'll keep shooting up the ranks of the Falcons podcast and keep it moving.
100%.
Yeah, man. And, you can find us on Twitter at Out of Your Effing Mind. And then you can follow me if you want to, which I don't tweet a whole hell of a lot because I'm so busy with our account. But hey, you're welcome to if you want to. It's the JVH311. And then Mike just does not use social media. He just doesn't. He's a throwback to the older group.
Yeah, he definitely he definitely is the spokesperson for that generation right now. 100% the spokesperson. But no, you guys are an amazing follow on Twitter, so I 100% vouch.
Absolutely, thank you. So man, Mike and I, we'll just start off, man. We went to the game on Sunday or Saturday.
Yeah, how was that?
Dude, well, our experience was amazing. So we've been before, obviously. It was my son's first time going.
Mm-hmm.
And shout out to my buddy Alex, man. Good friend of mine, has 4 amazing seats on the 50-yard line, section 110, 5 rows back behind the Falcons.
That's tough. That's tough.
And AMG club access, silver deck parking. You drive up, you got your private entrance on the 3rd floor. You get down, you're at field level. We posted a photo on Twitter. A lot of you guys saw and liked it. It was, Mike and I on the field, watching the guys warm up. My kid's spoiled as hell, man. He's had all this. This is his first experience,
that's his norm now. He's got to, every time you go to a Falcons game, he's got to get on the field now.
I told Alex, I said, dude, number 1, thank you so much. Number 2, go to hell. I was like, my teammate thinks that this is just how this is going to work. And I said,
yeah.
Anytime that you have these tickets available, don't hesitate. Just send them on over to me. We'll go ahead and go. But no, anyway, I thought me at Saivion and I talked before the pod. Literally, guys, I'm not kidding. Those PSLs probably cost more than we make in a year, combined. I can't even imagine.
I just can't even imagine on the 50. Yeah. I'm sitting there looking at Grady Jarrett. I can see the back of his jersey. If he wanted to, I could go and dap him up. Nah, bro. Bro. I can't even think of something like that for real.
It's amazing. The only thing I'll say is, man, when we went upstairs at halftime to go to the team shop, which by the way, we did get to meet Fleet finally in person. Ron Rico.
Fleet!
Yes, sir. We got to meet him and his lovely girlfriend at the team shop. And we met JR from Pound for Pound ATL. So we finally got to meet him in person. So that was awesome. And had a good time that meeting and talking briefly with those guys because the team shop was just full of people at halftime. So we couldn't be in the middle of there and just start talking. But anyway, dude, it's a different vibe, man. It's that you go upstairs from where we were at, and don't get me wrong, there's a lot of hardcore fans where we were.
Yeah.
So many more on that next level up. That bottom level, dude. And Mike and I have talked about it on the pod before. With the price of the PSLs, it's a lot of companies, it's a lot of, just
right.
I mean, like that. I mean, like I said, kudos to Alex, man. Like we do not roll that way, man. Like he is, and good for him. He's made a great living being an attorney. He's a fantastic attorney, cast and elected here in Atlanta. I'll go ahead and shout him out for anybody who needs an attorney. But you know, so he's earned it. I mean, like, you know, he
Right.
definitely, you know, earned it. But you know, like a few of the folks sitting around us could have, I don't even know why they were there. They were discussing like the deals and other stuff. I'm like, y'all ain't watching the. I mean, I know it's the Jaguars, so like, why are y'all here? We just stayed in the AMG club and like talked about all this, but no, there were some crazy good fans in the section too. So
Yeah.
this is the difference, man. Like I said, you know, so that was the only downside of the whole the PSL thing. It just priced out a lot of those hardcore fans like myself and like Mike that, you know, would normally
Right.
fill up that bottom bowl, you know, and it's hard to, you know, based on that. So especially with a family of 3 or 4, I mean, like that's tough, man. That's real tough. But
I could imagine. But
the
something like that. But I wanted to ask one question.
Yeah.
So something like that, like, and I think that when this first happened, like they kind of, what was it, excused it, or they rationalized it by saying that once you get into the stadium, like everything is cheaper or something like that. Like, I don't think I don't know how that makes sense. Like, if I can't even get into the stadium, how am I going to, you know what I'm saying? Like,
when you're charging thousands of dollars for the PSL, that's where the problem is. Like I can do the $20, like, you know, hot dog, nachos, drink, all that stuff. You know, well, that's great. I can do that when I get in. But yeah, like you said, the problem is like, man, dropping thousands to get in.
Yeah.
I mean, to for the part, and like I said, I mean, you know, it's just, you know, when you got, like I said, kids, if they're in sports themselves, they're playing sports, you're paying for that. You got to already have these, you know, these other expenses, you know, so
right.
Just, you know, you got to make a decision, you know, and like, you know, as for us, it's just not worth it, you know, especially when you can go on StubHub and grab some of the tickets that people are selling anyway.
Yep.
You know, and go in there and get good seats. I mean, so, you know, it just didn't make any sense. But no, man, like I said, if anybody ever has a chance to do that, I mean, my God, do it, because the AMG Club is amazing, man. You go in there, everything is free. There is food everywhere. It's already paid for. I mean, the food's amazing. They have regular like stadium food, the wings, the hot dogs, you know, whatever you want. But they've also got like gourmet made foods, Italian,
right?
I mean, roast beef, whatever you want, man. Then they have this whole dessert station. All the drinks are free. You're right next to the tunnel, like, so when the players come out, you're right there watching them walk by. You know, like the mascots came by and you took you know, pictures with the kids and stuff like that, and it was just, dude, it was amazing. I mean, like, just the service was fantastic. Not one, like, all the employees were amazing. Like, just, I can't say enough about, like, it's like they do a phenomenal job, like from at that level. There's no question.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, just being that close, man, being able to watch Arthur interact with the team up close, all the stuff you don't see on TV, everything, and watching the players interact with each other, and it was very cool. It was seeing the actual size of these guys, which, you know, on the field, you know, it's, you know, they're big dudes, but when you're on the field, you know, looking at them not that far from you, I mean, it's like Mayfield, dude is gigantic. It's amazing. Like Mike was like, dude, how is that man so soft? He's like the biggest dudes out there. And
because, man, he's not that he's soft, he's slow. He can't move, man. He can't move. He might be soft. He might be a little soft too, but
we don't know. But yeah, man. So, and I mean, you know, if you're on YouTube watching, you got this big ass chain. Well, actually, Liam got this chain from the and
beautiful.
JR's got one too. He's got the red one, but this one's this big black chain with the Falcon logo on it. I told him how to wear it for the show. So yeah, definitely have to. Well, I'll probably be pretty regular. I'll probably wear this on most of the shows. So
you got to. I mean, that is gorgeous. Yeah, man. That is a gorgeous chain right there, man.
Yeah, sure. And Mike was cool, man. Mike bought Liam a hat. Like, he got the new, like, you know, the camo looking flat bill. So, you know, Liam was, like I said, I posted on Twitter, man. He was more excited to hang with Mike. Like, he could have cared less that he was hanging out with Mike and having a blast, man. So it was such a good time, man. But so anyway, kudos to the Falcons, man. Fantastic experience. Like I said, I mean, just if y'all ever get the chance to do it. Hopefully it won't be our last. Like I said, I'm sure we'll get, thankfully, you know, like I said, with having him as a friend, I'm sure I'll be able to get back there again. But you know, it definitely. I need to take Liam actually for like the second or third levels. You're like, this is what it's going to be like. So just so we'll know.
Or you could just mess around and get credentialed, and you can get on the field whenever you want to. That could be something.
That's just great point.
Just an option. Putting it out.
We'll shoot for that. Yeah, we'll shoot for that. But anyway, man. So get into the actual game, man. So, watching it down there, watching it up close, the very first play of the game, interception. Lots of not too thrilled about it. But man, did he come back with it was just like, okay, that didn't even happen. I mean, dude came back and through this game, it just because he got so much playing time this preseason.
You're right.
And after the first game, everybody was thinking like, wow, that's a really poised looking dude to be a rookie. And everybody knew he was a more mature type of guy, but still, this is your first time in the NFL. So, but it was the same deal, man. Like nothing seemed to faze him.
And you would think that when he threw that pick, I won't say it would be the breaking point, but it would be like something, you would see something that resembles like a rookie. And I think that's the reason why everybody's so hyped. Like you see Aaron Freeman on Twitter. I love it. I love seeing this Aaron that is completely hyping up this rookie because he's not afraid to make mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like he knows. It doesn't matter. It matters, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to come back out here. I'm going to have another chance to prove myself again.
Yep.
And just having that poise, that type of confidence to go back and say, all right, I messed up this last drive. My defense picked me up, which, by the way, our depth and defense looked
right.
Wonderful on Saturday. Or was it Saturday?
Yeah,
it was Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
They looked wonderful. So, but yeah, it's like my defense picked me up, still got a chance to go and take the lead, and just sat there and took it. I think he converted 2 3rd and longs, and got them into the. Actually, I think the touchdown was on a 3rd and long, if I'm not mistaken. He just continued to meet adversity head on and just said, this is what I'm here to do. This is what I was drafted to do.
Yep.
And that is just the best sign that I could think of.
Same here. Yeah. And I think, like what Arthur said last week, that he's going to be hard on him because they're not going to wait on him.
Right.
Dude, after, I think it was a false start penalty, he came off the field. You probably saw the clip.
Yeah.
He was like, what in the fuck are you doing? Screaming at him. And he's just taking it. And then he's over there on the sideline. He's talking to him and he's getting into him. We were watching it, a lot, Dude, Ritter is just staring him in the eye, shaking his head. Yep, I understand. I got it. It doesn't faze him. He's not his mentality is not that way. Arthur knows he can take that type of coaching. Ritter said he likes that type of coaching. It pumps him up. It motivates him. It makes him, want to get better quicker. So that's what you want to hear, man. You don't want some dude that's going to sit there and get yelled at, and then then he's in his head for the next 3 quarters.
Right.
He's just like, all right, you got it, man. I got to flush it and go back to the next one. Here we go. And I think the fact that he's not forced to be the guy right now. He knows Mariota's QB1.
Exactly.
So he's not out there trying to do too much. He's just making plays, man. I'll jump ahead a little bit, but dude, that pass to Darby in the 3rd,
beautiful.
I watched it. I had to watch it back on TV. He was not open. He was not open. That coverage was amazing, dude. And then he put it in the perfect spot. And I was like, damn. That was, those type of throws and some of the timing throws he's made. They've said his arm looks stronger than it did at Cincinnati, which I can concur, man. In person, it looks a lot more live than it did, and than it did in Cincinnati. So, I can see all the love for him, like you said. I don't. You have to temper it a little bit because it's still the 2s.
It's still preseason. He's still going up against 2s and 3s. So. It's not like he's sitting here, diming up Ramsey. Okay.
Exactly.
That's not what's happening. But you can't help but be excited.
Yeah. Because the intangible stuff is there. The mental part is there. I mean, the ability is there. So it's like, that's there, he's going to go through growing pains. It's going to happen. It's like, it's like a rookie in the Major League Baseball. Like, he may come up smoking at the plate, pitchers figure him out a little bit, then he kind of slides a little bit, and then he learns how to get around that, and he's back up again. So it's going to be the same. It's going to be similar, just like that. There's not too many quarterbacks. You can count on one hand how many just step in and just bam. Then there's no regression. There's no bumps in the road. They're just amazing.
Right.
There's not that many. So like we talked about before on the show, man. Like, if to be a third rounder and get what may be that's a hell of a value, man. Even if he ends up being a high quality backup, that's still a hell of a value. I mean, that's third round.
And that's why I'm so happy at the fact that when we got Ritter, the first thing I said was, I don't want to play him until next year. I want Mariota to start all 17 games. Now I think we can play him. I still don't want him to play against Aaron Donald in week 2 or against Myles Garrett, in I forgot what that, week 4, week 5. Excuse me, something like that. So I still kind of want to, not coddle him, but keep him out of too much harm's way. But I think seeing how fast the game is with ones this year may be the best thing for him. I thought coming in that we were going to see that same quarterback from Cincinnati that was not going, that faltered against Georgia, which, I mean, it's Georgia. Everybody faltered against Georgia. And Alabama. But I mean, that's what I meant. Alabama. Dang. Yeah. But I was expecting to see that guy that, just when he got pressured, that was just missing something. I should say that was just missing something.
Yeah.
Instead, I saw this kid that was poised, composed, and almost ready. You know what I'm saying? And so now I'm excited to see him. Hopefully not until November 10th. That's my thing. I really want them to keep him out until the second Panthers game. But if it happens before then, that's fine. I mean, he's so, I don't know. I don't know what the word is for it. He's just,
it's weird, man. It's weird. It's just something about him that you just feel like, he might be ready. Like,
he might be that guy. And plus that helps with the fact that, we can look towards others in the next draft, just in case things go a little south. We don't have to go quarterback. We can go, I don't know, Will Anderson or Jalen Carter or Brian Breesy, whatever. But
okay, yeah.
it just makes it easier.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah. And I couldn't agree more. I mean, we were talking a few weeks ago. I think we've talked the last few weeks about it, is, that's going to be, it may work itself out, if Mariota gets dinged up and himself out of the game. I hope he doesn't. But I mean, we saw how he ran it against Detroit. I mean, like, he's not a, like, he doesn't care. Like, he's going to play his game, so I mean, like, he's not going to go out of bounds. I mean, hopefully he makes some business decisions along the way that keeps him healthy,
right?
But, I mean, that's not necessarily his game. And I mean, he's playing for what probably will be his last contract in the NFL. So I mean, you'd think he's going to put everything and then some into this opportunity.
100%.
So, I mean, and I understand. Look, man, I get the hype around Ritter. I'm bought in totally, but people forget that the fact that Mariota's only played 4 or 5 drives, 6 drives, and he's looked damn good when he did it. So, and we've just seen so much more of Ritter because it's the preseason. So,
right.
And you're like, okay, that dude, he might be ready. So we'll find out, man. Like you said, I think it'll kind of work itself out. Now it'll be interesting if we, for some crazy reason, are like, I don't know, 5-2 by week 7, or 4-2,
which would be insane.
Which would be wildly insane. But if that happened, that might make the whole thing a little difficult. You can't just switch quarterbacks at 5-2. I mean,
not at all.
Doing what you're doing to win the game. So now, if it's the opposite, yeah, I can see Ritter coming there at 2-5 and saying, okay, you know what? We appreciate you, Marcus, but we got to see what we got here with Desmond, because
exactly
we got 9 games left and we got to decide what our future looks like here. So, and that's, I don't want our team to lose, but as far as the future goes, that's probably the better situation.
Oh, 100%. And I think that's the more likely situation, given the way that this first part of the schedule plays out. I mean, it's nasty looking in this first half. But I mean, it's Marcus Mariota is so much better than what I remember from like about 4 years ago. Like when
I think he's learned a lot of stuff, man, about himself.
Yeah,
a few years.
Yeah,
to go from Heisman Trophy to okay starter to not even starting at all, and then backing up, and then now, I mean, Mike and I talked about, like, dude, he's, I mean, we both, Mike's love for Matt.
Yes.
But because that's what we were, that was Mike's whole thing was, man, I really hope that Matt's here to foster our next quarterback, because, I mean, why would you not want him here? Well, I think Mariota's just not as good, but dude, Matt never went through like what Mariota's went through. No. So, I mean, Marcus has got this whole other experiences to share with Desmond. And I mean, he understands it. And they're very similar playing styles. So, I mean, I'm not saying Marcus is a better teacher for Desmond, but I mean, I'm not mad about it, man. Like, there could be a hell of a lot worse. I mean, and Marcus seems to have a great attitude about it too. Like, he understands, like, this kid's probably the future. I'm a stopgap type of guy, but I'm gonna play my ass off and hope make the best for myself. So
yeah,
I can't be mad at it.
I mean, I don't know if we could really find a better teacher for Desmond Ridder, especially when it comes to their play style. Number one, I mean, they play pretty much the exact same. Yep. But even just like you said, all the stuff that Marcus Mariota had to go through to get here, like just those experiences in themselves, the experience that Ritter's going to have just going into this year is uncanny. Yep. And for him, that's another thing. I really think that Arthur Smith really got guys that have that chip on their shoulder, whether that's Ridder or Mariota, or heck, you can go down this entire roster. You can find something where these guys are like, yeah, this is, I'm a little pissed off, and I'm looking to take it out on on my opponent.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you saw, like, started the game, we watched it, Ridder came off the field. Mariota's right there talking to him, like, watching them film with him, everything, and looking at the iPad together. I mean, like, he's right there for him. So it's great. It was great to see. And man, one thing that's so different that I'm watching this year that I did not see in the last couple of years, to be honest, the overall aggressiveness, man, of this team.
Yeah.
Like, defense and offense. Like, there's just a different mentality to it. I mean, and you can tell, like, when Pease got all pissed off a few weeks ago at the press conference, like, he's not joking, man. Like, he's instilling, and these players that they brought in are instilling. Rashawn Evans, man, look, he played for Nick Saban in Alabama, like, and then he goes and plays for Dean Pease at Tennessee.
Yeah.
He's not used to,
losing. No, he's not
losing. He's not used to being, this kind of run, fast, but not really hit you in the mouth type of defense. That's not what he's used to. So, like, having that guy here, we'll get into Dion a little bit, because I thought that it was interesting. Anyway, we'll get into that in a second.
Yeah, but interesting is the word.
Yeah, to say the least. But like I said, just watching the overall, I'm not, again, we watched a lot of 2s and 3s on Saturday, and some of the guys that performed great got cut. And that says a lot about, like you said, the depth of what we thought. Like, I was like, man, this dude really got cut. Like, I was surprised, a few of these.
Seriously, yeah.
We'll go through it. But the run game, dude, if our run game can be anything like that, and that's what blew me away. And we'll get, actually, before we get to the cuts, any other thing?
Yeah.
I don't want to get too much into the depth of the game, because, again, it was 2s and 3s the whole game. So I'm not going to take away. We'll just say this: Bicchetti looked really good again.
Oh my God!
And you can add anything you want to this. Dion, I thought Dion was actually pretty active, man.
Very.
He was getting in there. He was, putting his body in line. But it's a difference, and if he's healthy this year and he can bring something, then, like we talked about last week, great, man. But he has that attitude. He was on special teams, dude.
Yep.
I mean, like it could be a new Dion, who knows? But I mean, I was surprised that he was just more than willing to do whatever he wanted, or whatever he needed to do to,
Right.
make an impression or whatever. And I didn't expect him to step back on the field after so much time off and just be bam like old Dion. I expected a little bit of drop off, but I mean, it was nice to at least see him getting in there, jamming up gaps, stuff that you didn't
right. Yeah.
from. Like he was like straight away from those things last year.
Yeah,
but
nah. He put that shoulder in.
Up, man, you're not gonna throw yourself into a tackle or a guard. You're just not gonna do it.
Nah.
I mean,
yeah, he started to put that shoulder into people again. Yeah, he really they said it on the broadcast. Like Terry was like, he's been the consummate professional about this entire thing, because I'm sure he sees people online Damsky go in on him and talk about, I can't even do that, I do it too, but yeah, I'm sure he's seen at least.
We all did.
Yeah, we all do. I mean, because we expect more. We expected more from him last year, and he didn't deliver. But I mean, he has been he has been the consummate professional since coming back.
Yeah.
And I can't do anything but respect that. I can't do anything but respect that. And he's sitting here and he's actually earning his spot back. And again, I can't do anything but respect it.
Yeah, I mean, like watching his media session a few weeks ago, we were just like, man, like that is exactly like literally everything he said was like perfect. I was like, okay, if this is all real, then awesome, because that's
right.
And I don't know, I mean, maybe it's just because we didn't hear from him for so long, so we just all kind of expected for him to be kind of bitter and like being on the team type of thing, and it was nothing of the sort. He was like, no, man, I got to earn my spot. I get it, man. Like I understand, so. Great, awesome. I mean, I would much rather him be here and like, contribute than us cut him and pay him $10 million anyway.
Yeah. So, yeah, because he's getting that money regardless. He's getting that money regardless.
Yeah.
So it's much better if he gets the money and he actually gives us something.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't.
Yeah, and then from the game too, I mean, Anderson he was flying around when he got on the field in the second half. Made a few good plays.
Right.
Like I said, the running backs that got cut looked really good. I mean, Algier,
both of them.
I know. We'll get to
both
that
of
second, man. But Algier looked good. We knew he was going to be a strong finisher. He is, man. He does not. He's going to run you over, man. Like he's, he threw. Yeah. He was throwing guys backwards. And
beautiful.
Beautiful. I loved it. Yeah. Wide receiver wise, I mean, Bernie looked good again. Obviously, he made the team, so congratulations.
Oh my God! Thank God!
Right?
Shout out to Jared Bernhardt. Jesus, thank you God that he made it.
Another kid that's got that little something to him that you can't really put a finger on, right?
Exactly. Just the guy that flies around and does his freaking job.
Makes plays.
I mean, I love it. And makes plays. I love it.
Yeah. And I mean, there's almost he forced them not to cut him. I mean, that's just what he did. I mean, like he can't. I mean, with his play,
had a couple of guys do that on this 53.
Exactly. So anyway, that was pretty much like I said. From any other takes from the game, man, before we go on to the cuts for you?
Nothing really. I mean, the defensive line did spectacular. Honestly, I mean. Seeing D'Angelo Malone drop into coverage and almost getting a pick was amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know. We looked good. It was good to see Isaiah Oliver out there, and it was good to have a Troy Anderson sighting. Wish he would have finished that tackle, but I mean, I guess I don't because it ended up in a pick. But either way, it was good to see that the guys that we were looking to get something from. It's like that catch from Kyle Pitts last year. That one catch on the rollout. It was like, all right, I'm good. I can live with this until week 1.
Yeah. And Anderson's going to kind of grow into his role because I mean he will. He's that type of athlete, I think, and he's a smart kid. So I think he'll figure it out. He's got all the athleticism and speed you want. Like watching him up close. I mean, like he closes fast. I mean, like you said, wish and wish not he made a tackle, on that play. But I mean, So, man, getting into the cuts. So we'll go through some of maybe the not surprises, but some of the names that got cut. We won't go through everybody, but everybody's favorite receiver Frank Darby gone.
That one hurt.
Yeah,
that one hurt,
dude. And I know it doesn't mean anything, but like this dude during a commercial break, I'm sure it was a commercial break. It was a timeout. They were playing a song on the through the stadium, and that dude is dancing with his in front of his teammates, is dancing. So this dude comes down to the front of the railing, right? He's dancing. Mm-hmm. Dude, he points the dude out, and they're just dancing together the entire time. And like my wife was like, "Who is that?" Like that's my favorite guy. Like that's my favorite. I'm like, well, don't get too happy.
Don't get too attached.
So I was like, there's not a better dude, man. Like he is just, the energy is constant, man. Like it's just one of those, and I know, like I said, you have to, it's not a league where it's just energy and that's going to get you on a team. That's not the way it is. I mean, the man has talent, but you couldn't justify, like you said, Bernie over him, or just play alone. You just couldn't do it.
You can't.
So I mean, hopefully, comes back, practice squad type guy, keeping that energy around the club around the team would be great.
Yeah, you need those kind of guys in the locker room. And sure. It hurt so bad, but it was necessary. A dude on Twitter was like, "What did you guys see from Darby that got y'all like this?" It's like, the dude's an amazing freaking person. Yeah. Like and then knowing his story too, like you want everything you want nothing but the best for that guy. But
exactly. And
what can you do?
Yeah,
it's a business.
Yeah, that's right. And Derek Tangelo, defensive line, had himself a hell of a game on Saturday. That surprised me, a little bit, because I understand, and we'll go through who made it, but I thought he earned himself a spot on Saturday.
Oh my God,
he was super active. Not pancake, but he basically did.
Pancake. Yeah, he pancake lineman.
Yeah. Which you don't normally, do as a defensive. Get
from a defensive lineman, because you don't know where you're going. You're just going forward. That's
exactly.
God.
It was a few others. Justin Schaefer, who we drafted, which
I can't really explain that one because I understand that we didn't really, and I'm sorry for the music. I don't know what's going on in the other room. I can't really explain that one because I understand that he may not have made the plays like he was supposed to, even though he played pretty well this last game. But if that is the basis that we're going off of, why is Jalen Mayfield still here? Yeah. That just doesn't make sense to me. If we're going to cut Justin Schaefer for one preseason or one, of suspect play, I feel like we can cut Jalen Mayfield for the entire year of him showing us exactly what he is. That's just me.
100%.
That's just me.
And then not really looking that much better in the preseason this year. Like there wasn't a whole lot of progression, if any.
No.
And Kenny brought up a good point when he was on the show. Chris Blitz, he said, would you bring in like a grizzled vet to back up Wilkinson, or do you let dude stay as a backup and hope that he progresses because it didn't cost you anything and he's cheap? I get the whole cheap vibe of it. But Schaefer's cheap too. Like
Schaefer's cheap too.
He's a very cheap guy, and he's a little bit more aggressive, and he's got maybe a little bit more upside to him, in my opinion.
He's at least mean. He's at least got a streak on him.
Yeah.
Mayfield, I don't see anything. I don't.
Yeah.
And so
I wanted to so bad. I was like, because we talked about season. I'm like, the man realized he's the worst in the league. Had to. There's no way you don't, right? So as a man that has some type of like pride and self-pride, like you want to come back and be like, screw all y'all, I'm so much better than that, I'm going to show you. And it's been the same thing, man.
He looks the exact same. He looks the exact same as when he came in last year. And of course, we knew when he was drafted that he was going to be a project.
Yeah.
But sometimes you just got to scrap the project. And you guys did that with Schaefer.
Right.
Even though Salier was right there, we're not going to talk about it. But we did that. Like, we did that with somebody this year. So how is it with it? I don't know. Like the questions are just they start to become insurmountable when it comes to this.
Yeah, I agree. It makes you think that it's probably they don't want to admit that they were that wrong on a third rounder, I'd imagine. But I mean, like you said, you just gotta. I mean, you gotta
rip
admit,
the Band-Aid off.
Peter Collins, man, like that was a terrible pick. I mean, they thought that was going to be the next Todd McClure, and he was out of the league within no time because he was terrible. I mean, like, I don't know. I don't see a turn of redeeming qualities there, man. But
it's bad, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. Like we just mentioned the running back. So, I mean, Caleb Huntley had an amazing day. I thought that he for sure almost secured himself a spot just because, I mean, just the runs he made, dude. Decisive, quick cuts, bursts. I mean, all that. And, I'm saying that at the same time, I know how crowded the running back room is. So, you forget CP because he hasn't been in the damn played at all.
CP is an offensive weapon. I don't even put him as a running back. I put him as an offensive weapon. He has it. He and Felipe Franks are both in their own category.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And and then Q Allison, I mean,
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Both of them kind of epitomize what Arthur Smith wants to do when it comes to a running back. He wants a physical style of play, and he has two physical running backs. I mean, he has Tyler Algier, of course,
right?
But he lets both of them go for, honestly, a special teams guy in Avery Williams, and the special team stuff makes sense. I mean, I'm pretty sure Avery Williams was the guy that made the play in Buffalo when. On the punt return, you know what I'm saying? Punch the ball out. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was Avery Williams. And so I understand the special teams aspect of it, but as far as just a team building aspect, for the team building aspect of saying, we want to be more physical. Are you saying that with just a running back room of Damian Williams, Cordero Patterson, I guess, and Tyler Algier? Yes, but not as emphatically as you would say it with a room with Allison or Huntley in there. So I think that's why it's so confusing per se, but it makes sense. Like I said, it's a business. What can you do? You can only keep 53. So
exactly. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen anything since the last, 4 or 5 hours, but hopefully one of those guys are back on the practice squad. Austin, I think, probably get picked up by the team more than likely.
Have to.
Yeah, but Huntley, hopefully, he's back on the practice squad just in case there is a injury, which is NFL, it always happens.
Yeah.
As far as the other, I guess, notable somewhat cuts, a couple of tight ends, Anthony Firsker, Tucker Fisk.
That one was big.
Yeah.
Anthony Firsker. Anthony, how you say it? Firsker. Yeah. That one, Firsker.
Yeah.
We're gonna go with that. That one was weird. I think that because we haven't seen much of John Fitzpatrick this preseason, right?
No, and he's gonna be imagine just your big blocking type guy. But
yeah. And I think that we're gonna IR him thanks to Tori McElhaney for the kind of the the reel it in type of article right after everything. Mm-hmm. So that makes sense because John Fitzpatrick, I believe, is he's still a kind of a project. So sure. I think we're gonna put him on IR and bring Firkser back. But I don't know. It just it seems weird. It seems weird to cut him and even risk him getting picked up. But I mean, maybe maybe we're just I don't know. I don't know the business like that. I just know it's weird that Firkser was cut and Parker Hesse was not.
Yeah, I found that kind of strange too. Yeah. And I mean, the work that Firsker did, prior to with Tennessee, I was like, okay, this is going to be a pretty solid fit. Knows it.
I mean, not only the
great opposite of Pitts,
perfect. I mean, it was perfect. Yeah. Like, what was it? It's basically going to be Pitts was going to be his Jonnu Smith. It was going to be nice.
I don't know that they expected Franks to be as good as he might. At tight end. You know what I mean? Like,
no, for real. Yeah.
I think they were like, yeah, okay, you can try us tight end, and like, holy shit, this dude is actually decent at it. Like, and I mean, you could tell in the Detroit game when what was it? was it the Jets game that came in late and was just running over everybody? The Jets game.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. My dude, that's great and all, but you need to do that as a tight end, not as a quarterback. But
right.
But yeah, I mean, that was probably, it was surprising to me, that's for sure. I didn't see that one coming. But and the defensive lineman, I mean, what's his name? Abdullah Anderson had a good game on Saturdays too. He got cut. There was not too many other just kind of notable. I felt bad for Dorian Etheridge, man. Hurt his knee on that's a bad way to go out. It's like you'd like to do it, without injury.
And then Etheridge was like, he was all over the place, especially that Jets game. He was everywhere.
Yeah, I felt so bad for him, man. He leaving the field on the cart was not fun to see. Right. And then Corey Valentine, corner. I could see that one. It
makes sense. Yeah. It makes sense. I mean, if the cornerback room is so doggone deep, it would have been tough to keep to. It would have been like okay to pretty much put anybody except for, I don't know, the top four, that you see.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we'll get to now who made it. I mean, starting off, I mean, we're not going to go through special teams. Our guys. I mean, it's Young Ho, it's Bradley Finian and Lance McCullough, Liam McCullough. Safeties, no surprise. Richard Grant, Eric Harris, Jalen Hawkins, Dean Marlowe. None of that was really surprising to me.
Easy.
That's the guys you knew that was going to be there.
Yeah.
CB, AJ Terrell, Isaiah Oliver, Casey Hayward, pretty much guarantees. Darren Hall, Mike Ford, who earned himself a spot with some athletically good plays. And
yes, he did.
D freaking Alford, dude.
Oh my God. D Alford came from freaking Winnipeg and said, let me grab me a spot on the Atlanta Falcons. It was that is the story of camp. That is the story of this camp.
Yeah, man. 100%.
He was absolutely he was awesome, I think, in every game.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there was nothing you could say that was like, I mean, you kind of knew, especially, I mean, after the third game, or after the second game, you're like, yeah, this dude's going to be making the team. He's making too many plays. He's in the right spot at the right time. I mean, like, nothing that you could say that was, going to make him not make the team. Linebackers, no surprise, Mikael Walker, Ogundeji, Rashawn Evans, Ebiketie, Lorenzo Carter, Troy Anderson, no surprises. Nate Landman had a surprisingly good little showing while he was out there. We kind of quietly did his job pretty well. And then Deion Jones, I mean,
he's there.
We're going to see what happens. I mean,
he's there.
And then Quentin Bell, man. Quentin Bell is a very large human.
Is he really? How big are we talking?
4'4", 270.
And he looks every bit of it.
Every damn bit of it. Like I watched it back on TV of him coming off the edge blocking the punt. Like, dude, I think it was a running back that had his assignment. He was no part of him. No part of him. He came off there so fast. He was just kind of moved this side. I was like, yep, nope, you go ahead. Hopefully you don't get there. And just man, like I'm glad he made it because he's got some potential, I think, in there.
Yeah.
Fourth year guy, I mean, like we'll see. But I was happy for him because he worked his ass off.
100%. No, that up back definitely made a business decision. He looked at him and he was like, I like football, but do I like football this much?
I want to keep playing it, so I want to. Yeah, not at all. Defensive lineman, Brady Jarrett, Anthony Rush, Timothy Horn, Taquan Grant, and Marlon Davison.
Yeah, shout out to Timothy Horn. When you saw Kevin Knight stuff on Twitter, that was one name that kept popping up was Timothy Horn. Timothy Horn's doing this against the Jets or against the Jaguars, and then Timothy Horn is looking like this in practice. I mean, it was just you kind of could tell, but it was like he's still undrafted, but I'm glad he made it. I'm very glad he made it.
Yeah, he earned it too, man. And everybody's got high hopes, I think, for TQ Graham. I mean, like he's had a great end of the season last couple of games, and he's showing it. And then Marlon, man, I think this is probably, I mean, you hated to see him get hurt. I hope I see the dude I think he is whenever he gets back, because I liked the pick a lot when we made it. I'm not an Auburn guy at all. I'm an Alabama fan, but I mean,
Right.
I respected him. He has the right mentality, all that stuff. It just hasn't came to fruition yet. I hope it does.
I think it will. I don't think they would have kept him if it wasn't. Well, I mean, I guess you kind of have to because of the
being hurt. Yeah. But
but
I mean, like you're right. They probably saw something in him that we haven't, yet. That's going to, prove to hopefully work out.
Mm-hmm.
And then the O lineman, Drew Dahlman, Matt Hennessy, no surprise. Both centers that keep fighting out for the starting job. Jermaine Ifedi, Chris Lindstrom, Jake Matthews, Caleb McGarry, Elijah Wilkinson, and everybody's favorite, Jalen Mayfield, number 77. He's not going to start unless Wilkinson gets hit by a truck or something. Like, that's just not going to happen. So
thank God for that.
Yeah. So, hopefully, I don't know. Like I said, we've already talked about it.
Yeah, but I did want to ask you, if you had to pick a center right now, who are you picking?
Probably Dahlman.
Yeah.
They're so similar, but I mean, I think
know
it's just been a little bit more consistent with the pass blocking. I mean, just which they're both pretty decent run blockers, but you know how it is. And if you're not, you're gonna have to protect, man. Like, you're gonna have to protect your quarterback. So even though the guys can run, I mean, my preference is we get somebody completely different. That's better. But for now, yeah, I mean, we'll roll with Dahlman. Was that you the same way? Yeah.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
And then tight ends, some dude named Kyle Pitts made it.
Who don't know who that guy is?
Yeah, I think I heard he was good though.
I heard he's all right.
John Fitzpatrick, Parker Hesse, as we alluded to, and Felipe Franks.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see, man. Like I said, he's a big dude who likes hitting people, so we'll see what happens.
I like that they listed him as a tight end. There's no like offensive weapon. No. You're a tight end. You stay here.
There's not. I do not want to see him behind center. I don't care what kind of crazy ass play you got drawn up. Don't want to see it.
Only time that you're behind center is on a jet motion, my guy.
I want to see, I'd rather see Cordell behind center. Like, I would feel better about that. Wide receivers: Drake London, Cordell Hodge, Brian Edwards, Zacchaeus, who we kind of knew was all those four guys. Actually, we didn't know about Hodge being a lock, but we knew Brian Edwards, Drake London, Zacchaeus pretty much locks. Cordell Hodge did well, earned himself a spot. Damian Bird did well, earned himself a spot.
Yeah.
And obviously, everybody knows now Jared Bernhardt, world-class lacrosse player, earns himself a spot. He's probably going to be, a slot type. Just find how good was he at finding just the open spots in the zone and just sitting there or just amazing at it. Like,
that's all we need. That's all we need. I mean, it's beautiful. Shout out to Fair State for that. Because good God, so happy. Absolutely. So happy.
And then the running back, fullback room, we talked about it. Damian Williams, Avery Williams, Keith Smith, fullback, Tyler Algier, and Cordarrelle Patterson. So, yeah, good room there. I mean,
very good room. Yeah.
2 guys we cut were damn good in the preseason. So for these guys to be, there, that says a lot.
Yeah.
When we know the QBs, Marcus and Desmond, so no reason to talk about those guys. All right, and we kind of talked about how we wanted to, we already thought about how we would at least, a lot of folks want Ritter to start off the bat.
Right.
I'm not there. I want to see what we got with Mariota, and because again, number one, I want the team to win. So if we don't win, which we probably won't win a lot with the schedule we got, and just it's just, it is what it is.
Right.
But if we do, awesome. It's a great, happy surprise. Everybody's going to be jacked, and it'll be awesome. And
yeah.
But I don't need to see Ritter in there just yet. I want to just see how it goes. We can go from there.
For Ritter, I don't see a reason to bring him in until one of the Carolina Panthers games. I just don't. I mean, the first 4 weeks we have New Orleans, who's going to be out for blood regardless. We go to Los Angeles. We go to Seattle. I'm sorry, neither one of those, no matter how bad Seattle is, you still have to worry about that crowd noise.
Yep.
Cleveland Browns, there's a Myles Garrett and Jadeveon Clowney. I don't want to deal with that. Tampa Bay, already know. San Francisco's defense is really good. And then there's Cincinnati, whose defense is, it's pretty freaking good until the first time I could see it is week 8. And even after that, you still have Los Angeles after that, the Chargers. I don't want to put him out against Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack. I just don't.
Yep. Talk about being freaking trial by fire, dude.
That's a trial by fire.
That's so yeah, the definition of it. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I just, like I said, I mean, Mariota's here for a reason. So I mean, we'll see what he's got, and if he finds lightning in a bottle and he's, Oregon's Mariota, I mean, man,
that'd be great.
But I mean, the dude can still run. I mean, he's still fast. He can throw. He knows what he's doing. He made some really, really good passes during the preseason for the short time that he was in there. Right. I mean, it seems like he's got good chemistry with the receivers as well. I mean, obviously Ritter does because he's shown that.
Right.
I mean, we didn't see enough of Drake. That sucked so bad that he got hurt in that freaking game. I wanted to see a lot more of him. But I understand why they kept him out, But I feel good about him though, dude. That's another very tall man.
Yes, and, I bet he is
the big dude person. Yeah. But so like the scariest thing in the world for a Falcon fan is to be somewhat optimistic, and I'm kind of optimistic.
Nope, not gonna get me. You're not gonna get me again. No sir.
Y'all got me. Man. I should know better. I've been at this for like way too long. I should know better. But here I am.
Nope, y'all got me. Nope, Arthur Smith, you got me last year. I'm not doing it.
I mean, I'm not like my boy Mike, who's saying, we're winning the division.
No, Mike said we're winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I know, but he legit said we won a division last week. So, I mean, if we do, man, I'm marking that tape. I'm putting that's gonna be pinned to our freaking Twitter account, man. I mean, I'm like reaching out to ESPN, whoever I can call. Like this man called it first.
Got a crystal ball here, man.
Right? Exactly. So anyway, I mean, that's pretty much, man. That's my thoughts on the 53. You got anything else on them?
I mean, just looking at it, I mean, we got a bunch of guys that all have a chip on their shoulders. That's pretty much, that's all you can ask for with the kind of coach that Arthur Smith is. And I mean, I'm not optimistic, but I am excited to see what we're going to look like week one, especially against a really good defense in New Orleans. I could care less about the offense because I really don't think Jameis is going to be all that, but we're not going to get into that.
Right.
But that defense and putting Marcus Mariota, Drake London, Kyle Pitts, all of them, seeing what Arthur Smith can cook up against that defense, against Dennis Allen and all of them, I can't wait to see it.
Yep. And I think it was a Falcoholic that said that, it may not, we don't know what it's really going to be, but he has, he's pretty sure it's going to be a lot more exciting to watch than it was last year, which is pretty low bar. Last year was really not exciting to watch at all.
It is.
It might have been one of the worst seasons I've ever had to sit through, but
it was bad.
Yeah, it was really bad. Yeah. So I think this year for sure, man, it's going to be more exciting. Just style of play alone. Like I said, the overall aggressiveness of the defense, and then going into next year, who knows? I mean, we got a lot of money to spend next year. So
got a lot of money. Got a lot of money. This is a time to build for us.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. So we started a new segment a few weeks ago called In or Out, and we'll let you gotta participate now. So Mike's not here. We're going to skip over underrated or overrated this week because that's Mike's deal. I don't want to mess up the
understood
we got going on with that one.
Yeah.
So In or Out, man. We'll start with some Falcons, and then we'll get to just some random stuff.
Okay.
So, we will not draft a QB next year. You're right now, In or Out?
100% in. Will Anderson season, Jalen. What is it? Jalen Carter season. That's what I'm in right now. That's what I'm 100% in on.
All right. Number 2, CP will lead the team in rushing this year. In or out?
Out. I think CP is going to be used a lot more along the line of scrimmage. And I think we're going to really give the halfback duties to Damian Williams and Tyler Algier. One of them is going to come out as the back in this room, and I think that once they do, they're going to have that kind of tier where it's going to be like, all right, this is your, this is your backfield. This is what we're going to do, and this is how we're going to do it. While putting CP, kind of using CP as a chess piece all across the line of scrimmage as, slot outside, wherever, because, he's Cordero Patterson.
Exactly. And Liam, my son, was asking me about, he wanted to draft a running back. I said, dude, the Falcons are not the running backs you want to draft for your fantasy team. Like
not a one.
That's not going to be a good call for you.
I mean, you can draft Cordero Patterson because I'm sure he's going to put up some type of fantasy points, but they're not going to be rushing stats.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, Rashawn Evans will lead the team in tackles.
In 100% in.
I think so.
As long as he stays healthy, Rashawn Evans is exactly what Dean Pease wants. You heard what he said when he first came in. He was like, man, I don't know what Tennessee was thinking, why he's even available. I don't care.
But thank you. Exactly. Lorenzo Carter will lead the team in sacks.
I have to go in because I can't just hand it over to AK yet. That's the only reason why. But after seeing what he did to that tackle on Saturday, that was ridiculous. That spin move was so much fun.
It was. Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that. I don't want to, as excited as I am for AK, I can't say like, yeah, you're going to lead the team in sacks from your rookie year, but never know.
Yeah.
AJ will have 5 or more picks this year.
My number was 5.
Hard number.
So
yeah.
My number was 5. So it's hard to say he's going to have more because I think that they're actually going to try Casey Hayward more. They're going to try, they're definitely going to try Isaiah Oliver.
Right.
But I'm gonna go in because Casey Hayward is still that guy on the other side. And as long as he doesn't have a Patrick Peterson type drop off, I think we should be money in the secondary.
Yeah, I think he's going to see a lot more. He's going to have a lot more opportunities this year than he had last year. Because last year, they weren't throwing to him. I mean, it was just not. I mean, the percentages that he got compared to anybody else on the field was way different. So I mean, it's
for being fair, we had Fabian Moreau on the other side. So
exactly.
I mean, not to crap on Fabian Moreau. I mean, he did what he could, but I mean,
all the time, it's not his fault. It's
not his fault. Exactly.
He's just, that's where he topped out at. So
what they say, you're not that guy, pal.
Everybody's got a ceiling, man.
Yeah.
He unfortunately found his last year.
Exactly.
All right, and the last Falcons one will be like an overall type thing. You feel that Arthur Smith will lead this team to a Super Bowl appearance sometime in his tenure? Is he the guy? He got that in him.
Why would you do this? I'm in. Why not? Let's go bold today. Let's go bold tonight.
I love it.
I love Arthur Smith, dude. I love Arthur Smith. Everything about Arthur Smith says, just grit and grind and let's get to work. You know what I'm saying?
No offense to DQ, maybe a little bit. He is the
a little bit.
Well, he's the anti-DQ, man. Like he's literally what you see is what you get, and hard-nosed freaking, I don't care what your money is or what your status is, you're out there in your spot type of dude, man. And I love it. I think that's just what we needed for a long time.
And I think he proved that. I didn't really think. I thought it was kind of smoke and mirrors still until he got rid of Auden Tate. When he got rid of Auden Tate, I was like, oh, okay, no, he actually preaches this. This is what he does. Like he actually. I mean, don't get me wrong, Auden Tate. That sucks for him to be the sacrificial lamb for all this, but I mean, when he did that, I was like, oh, he actually means that. Like he doesn't care how you were brought here. Yeah. If you're not performing like I want you to, you're gone. And it's like, okay. I think the players can kind of see through most coaches, and I think players started to see through DQ a little bit.
Yep.
But either way, I mean, we overcorrected either way from DQ and got the most hard-nosed guy possible. And I couldn't be happier. Yeah.
I always thought that DQ's methods and coaching fit the college game better than it did.
Oh, 100%.
Professional game. It's just
right.
Talking to grown ass men, dude. Like it's, I mean, to put it pretty bluntly, I mean, I'm sure they love all your sayings and your t-shirts and stuff, but I mean, like that's, they want results, man. They want what's going to help them succeed, and I mean, looking at, like, I still see Arthur getting a lot of crap online, people not really buying in and everything. And it is what I'm old enough to be like, man, look, I've been through a lot of different coaches, and the ones that you thought were going to be amazing ended up kind of crapping out. And then I was really high on DQ kind of like when he came over.
Oh yeah.
I was like, man, this is pretty great. And then, we did go to the Super Bowl. I mean, like, to be fair, I mean, granted, it was Kyle Shanahan pushing us there with his offense, but we got there. Definitely wasn't on the defense. Even though we did take the ball away that year, but I digress. just overall what he did with what, and we said it before on the show, it's not, not to sound like a broken record, to see what he did with the team last year with what we had. And you can, I don't care who says what. I mean, it was a bad team, man. Like
horrible.
Devoid of talent everywhere. I mean, there's only so much you can do with, an aging quarterback who can't run behind a terrible line with no running game and a defense that can't get off the field in third down.
Yep.
Those are all recipes for a terrible season, and
disgusting.
And the fact that we got 7 wins out of it, like, holy shit. Like, okay, I mean, I can, let's see what you can do with a little bit better talent this year. And then let's see what you can do next year when we've got
guys,
you
got guys. 100%.
Yeah, that's the best way to say it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm into, man. I like his vibe. I want to see him keep this culture going and bring in guys that fit it, and just like when P said he wanted this defense to be like the Ravens type, like
I wanted
to cry because I want that so bad, man. Like,
so badly. We haven't seen that in so long. Yeah. Like, I don't know. I don't know if we've ever seen that.
No, never.
I don't think we've ever seen Ravens like.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but just to have it to like it was in, what year was that? Was that 2010 that Ryan had that really good defense? We went 13. I know we did.
Yeah, we were. Because I think the highest we've been in the last 20 years, I think, was maybe 5th or 6th, which was good. But I think it's the year you're talking about.
I think it's 2010 when we went 13-3, and we were supposed to do wondrous things, and it just of course it never.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Let's keep going. I'm getting sad.
All right. So non-Falcons questions. You got 4 of those. We're in and out. University of Georgia will repeat as national champions this year.
I'm out. I gotta see it first.
Me too.
I gotta see it first. Not to be a hater,
Same here.
But it is very hard to repeat.
Mm-hmm.
It is very hard to repeat. You are getting everybody's best shot. Not saying that they weren't before, but you're getting everybody's best shot 100 times like you was last year.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and even though I'm an Alabama fan, like, I don't hate UGA. Like, I don't, like, I'll watch them when they play. I mean, like, I respect the hell out of it. Kirby was our defensive coordinator for forever. I mean, so like I don't. So don't UGA fans don't come after me because I'm saying you're not going to repeat. I'm just saying I'm taking the field because
exactly.
Alabama's going to be damn good again. Ohio State's going to be damn good. It's going to be interesting. I mean, I do think that both Alabama and Georgia will probably go undefeated again, unless there's some kind of until the SEC championship. Unless there's somewhere in there we don't see, but
unless Florida trips them up, this schedule looks like cake.
It's pretty cake, man.
Yeah, this schedule is cake for them.
Mm-hmm. All right, next up, live music, man. In or out?
Oh, in.
Oh, 100%.
In 100%. You can never go wrong with live music, a concert, all that type. No, even at a freaking restaurant, like you're just sitting there with your wife or your girlfriend, whoever, you're just sitting there talking, and you just hear like the little violins in the side, in the back. Know what I'm saying? Just something nice, and you see the guy, you look at him, you make like an eye contact. It's something about live music. You just sit there, and it's just like, man.
That's what really sucked, man, over the COVID years. Like me and my wife, and we started, now that my son's a little bit older, we took him to his first concert just before COVID, 2019. So, and he was like, oh, this is amazing. Like, I can't wait to go back. And then COVID happens. And then, so there was, no concerts for, and that was the one thing we missed, man, because we've loved live music for forever. And, luckily he is too. And so, yeah, I'm totally in on that one. All right. So Game of Thrones and/or House of the Dragon.
You're going to hate me. I'm going to say out because I've never watched it.
No, it's fine. Well, then you got to be out then.
It's so long, and I haven't started it. I can't. I feel so behind the 8 ball. I'm just like, I can't.
Man, dude, look, you see on Twitter, you saw Grady just watched it this summer, right? Grady Jared.
Yes.
See, so you're not late. You're not that late. Go ahead and just pop them in there. I'm telling you this, you're not going to be able to stop.
Oh, they're like that?
Oh, dude. Amazing series.
Wow.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm not going to spoil anything for you. I mean, the way they wrapped it up, I wasn't like I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it. I was like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
kind of, it's not how I wanted it to end, but okay, I can see it. That's fine.
Okay.
But House of the Dragon, man, first 2 episodes been fantastic. So yeah, I would definitely recommend you, start those because it's worth it. You'll enjoy it.
All right.
And then lastly, man, Little League World Series. Have you watched any? Are you in out? I mean, like, what's the take on that?
I gotta get ESPN again because as a millennial, we cut the cord and everything. But I'm pretty sure I'm getting the cord back anyway. But I'm in, dude. I always watch the Little League World Series. I mean, it's so pure. You know what I'm saying? It's baseball in its purest form. Like, even when I wasn't a fan of baseball, I watched it because they had so much fun just playing the game. I had no idea what was happening. I just knew that they were playing the sport, but I'm like, man, these guys are, these guys are like in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But Hawaii just won again. They won this year. That's their 4th.
Insane.
Win. I mean, just they got kids on there, dude, that are bigger than me, dude. I mean, like that's some big freaking 12-year-olds, man. Like probably, I mean, like Liam's got we just started practicing again for the fall, and one of his teammates wears a size 11, dude. He's 12 years old. Wears the same size shoes out here. 11.
For what? What's in the food now, man?
His dad is 6'4". So I mean, I know he's got some height in him, but still, man, like
that still don't make sense. You're 12.
Like my son is tall, and he wears a size 9. He's a bigger kid, but like sitting next to this dude, I'm like, my God, it's great for us. Big hitter, man. Like,
what you say? He's raking.
Ready to go. And he was smashing balls in the cage last night. So
yeah,
I'm all about it. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm in. It's just great. This is they're 12. So I mean, this is Liam. He's 12. That's the age group he's in now. So it's kind of cool, seeing.
Yeah.
And this is the year that we'll be going to Cooperstown in the summer for the whole week. And he'll have that experience.
That's so dope.
Yeah, he can't wait. It's gonna be awesome, man. So
yeah,
I definitely have to be in on that one. So all right,
I got you.
That was in or out. So congratulations on your first completion of that one.
Didn't even flinch.
Not one. And I came up with those questions all while I was working out before the show. How about
that? I'm trying to tell you, man. This hosting stuff it comes natural to you.
I think it's just because I've listened to sports talk radio since I was like 15 for some stupid ass reason that I just I don't know. I mean, I picked up something from them. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, again, man, we're gonna close out the show. I know you got to get to the little one. I've got to eat some dinner finally, even though it's like 9:20. But anyway, guys, we appreciate you listening. Again, Mike will be back next week with Chris previewing the Saints game. It's here, man. It is here. We are back. We are ready to start this damn season off and beat the hell out of the Aints and get it, man. I mean, it's going to be amazing.
Yes, sir.
What was I going to say? You can follow us on Twitter at Out of Your FN Mind, and you can follow me at JB8s311. You can follow us on Instagram. We started posting a little bit more on Instagram. It's so difficult, man. This, trying to keep like multiple.
100%. Yeah, it sucks.
So, Twitter seems to be a nice little bastion of Falcons fans on there. So that's kind of what we're focusing on now. So I think we're up to like 420 something. So y'all just keep following, man. We'll get up to 500. We love the interaction. Keep talking with us, and we'll hit you back if we try to hit everybody back the comments, as long as it's nice and not mean or anything like that.
Yeah, at least as long as you're not a douchebag.
Yeah. If you're gonna be a douchebag, just go ahead and don't even and then that's pretty much it. We got a Facebook group. You can hit us up on there too. Again, that's just something I don't post a lot on, but we just try to make it, we at least put the links to our shows on there. So
it's very tough. Like, we had 3 guys on ours and we started taking a break. Right. So it's tough. I was
going to ask you. Yeah, y'all take a little break. Yeah.
Yeah, we took a break. I mean, both me and Avery had kids, and so we were just like, congrats,
Avery, if you're listening, man. Congrats, dude. That's awesome.
Congrats to you, congrats, my boy. But yeah, this is it's tough.
Tell me about it, man. I told my wife earlier, I was like, so I'm gonna record tonight. She's like, really? She's like, after what? And like after work and working out and dinner, and like I was like, yep, pretty much. Yeah, that's how we're gonna do it. She's like, when are you gonna prep? I'm like, during the workout probably. I'm gonna do it and then write some stuff down, and we'll keep going, and I'll keep researching. So yeah, it's I mean, but we love it, man. We've had a blast doing it, man. I can't thank you enough for coming on again at such short notice.
Come on, man. I'm out of my Falcon mind at all times.
We love it, man. So yeah, and that's it, man. So we'll be back again next week. Thank you again for listening, and we are out. Saivion, thank you, buddy.
Yes, sir.
Peace.